All right, so take notice. See this light? Nothing hooked up to this coil. You got magnets all north facing out. Neodymiums number 52. They'll take your finger off. Be careful. This magnet is going to counter-react this core, which is going to go ahead and come through this coil. And you can see that the start coil, it's a bifilar, by the way. So it is hooked up over here through a transistor, 2N3055 with a variable resistor right here. That's 100 ohm. And then I got it tied over to the wiper over here, connected together. And it comes out and it goes to the light up top. So this is actually the side of the circuit that is the feedback, which is a 28 gauge wire. It is wound 1,500 turns and it has 41 ohms. Pretty powerful. It produces with 12 volts, 1,000 volts. It produces as a back EMF that you normally throw away. So that part of the circuit is where the light is hooked up, and it comes, the other side of that light comes back and it feeds over to this this side of the wiper. I kept the resistor out. The light don't light with the resistors. I kept the resistor out. Doesn't need resistance. So I have a tap here coming out from the negative of the drive wire. So that's the thin wire of the feedback. Now the drive wire right here is the positive. It has like the tape I put on there, so I know when I connect that to the positive, it right here puts out a north magnetic pole, and it faces this north magnetic pole, and it will cause this thing to spin. So over here you have the other wire, which is your prime wire, and your prime wire on the positive side there comes out, and I broke the wire, but I soldered it together, but I use that as a tap. So basically I can tap that wire and get this wheel moving with a 12-volt battery if I want it. But right now there's nothing hooked up, and I want to show you something. It's pretty unique that I noticed that I need to investigate more, and we'll get into that in another video. I wasted 3 minutes and 10 seconds of your life right now, so I'm going to move on. So here in the 2N3055, I have a diode right here that's I believe it's a 100-volt diode, and it's facing towards the base. The base also, let me see, it goes out of, the base goes to the other side of the light. So on the other side of the tickler wire goes to the variable. So one side of the tickler wire goes to the variable, the other side comes to the other side of the variable resistor there. Back to the 2N3055 on the emitter. You got your base and your emitter and your collector. Coming out of your collector, we're not using that, but that would go to a charge battery. We'll investigate where we're going to connect this positive wire, because this thing wants to start up on its own. The light lights up just by turning it and giving it a push start. Let's check it out right now and see what she does. Watch the light. You'll see it'll start thumping like a dishwasher in a horny cycle. And here she goes. Lights on. She's thumping. It's still on a little bit, and then she slows down. Then you got things. So basically, you know what's going on here is this wire needs to be connected. And there's nothing here that I would connect it to, because basically you got one circuit which is your variable circuit, which is your light, which is your base side of your collector of your 2N3055. Then you got this wire. So common sense tells me that a capacitor and this coil becomes a tank circuit. So that means that this energy would be the negative energy that would be coming out of the positive side of the coil, which would feed the capacitor one plate, which would therefore, the opposite plate would be forced to have this on that side of the plate. And then on the other side of the capacitor has to feed back into the negative side of the emitter to feed back to itself. Check it out. Stay tuned, bitches.